So guys, I got this 97 Mazda Protege that came in. Has this idle surge. They brought it because the emissions monitors weren't set. And it won't set the oxygen sensor, catalyst, or EGR. And then if you put it in gear, like right now we're at 1800 RPMs. The update rate is really slow. You can see 1400 to, let's put the graph on. It's like 1400 to 1800. Maybe that is zoomed out all the way. But yeah, you can see how much. And it really doesn't matter if I lower the PIDs count, it doesn't update fast at all. But yeah, you can see we put it in gear. Idle goes down to like just above where I think normal would be. I think normal is around like 800, it says on here. So I noticed the mass airflow sensor voltage doesn't change. See, so we're at 972 RPMs or so, 2.27 volts. Now we're at 1500 or so, 1700, 1800, and our mass airflow sensor voltage doesn't really change. You give it more RPM, it doesn't change much, and we were up pretty high there. So we're going up to like 24 RPMs. Mass airflow sensor doesn't really change. So I'm gonna take the mass airflow sensor out and clean it, see if this idle gets fixed. So guys, I cleaned the mass airflow sensor, and now it seems to be reading better. Idle's still jumping. I don't know if maybe I gotta reset the mass airflow sensor. I'll try clearing the computer first. See what's happened. Now the check engine light came on and the mass airflow sensor stuck at 0.41. So I'm gonna see if I can get another mass airflow sensor, and hopefully that fixes all the issues. Got our new mass airflow sensor installed. Hopefully this works because it said it was remanufactured. And I don't like the fact that this has a K&N oil filter, and I believe on the floor, yeah, it was a recharge kit. So hopefully there's not too much oil on this filter and it's messing up the mass airflow sensors. Most people don't realize that's what happens. If I'm gonna get this hooked up, we'll go from there. So guys, I got the mass airflow sensor on, and we still have a high idle. Seems to be idling smoother. I haven't let it warm up all the way yet. But I noticed if I turn the throttle blade backward really hard, I can get the RPM to drop down. So I'm wondering if the throttle blade is stuck partway open or if it needs to be adjusted. You see, it's hard to do one hand. There you go. So you need to drop 500 RPM by doing this. So I'm going to pop this hose off, check the throttle body. You guys, not sure if you can see that, but it looks like the throttle body was adjusted so it doesn't close all the way. You can see the line that goes around, like where it used to close, and now it doesn't. So I'm going to look up in service information, see if there's a procedure in adjusting this. If not, I'm just going to turn the screw a little bit after I clean it and keep track of my turns so that way I can put it back if it doesn't fix it. The inside of the throttle body clean, you can see there's no more lip at all. So now I'm going to adjust it a little bit. I turned the throttle screw, I don't know, like 1 1/4 times. That white paint mark, as you can see, it was at the top. So that's where I ended up. And look at this idle. Let me bring it in here so you guys can see better. Way better. Our desired is 781 and we're at 775. That's a lot better. And I also noticed that our idle air control was higher. I thought there was I thought the PID was in milliseconds before, unless it changed. Yeah. But it's definitely idling a lot lower and a lot better. So I'm going to let this warm up, and then we'll see if we can set the monitors. I mentioned that this car's been also sitting for almost 15 years. Last inspection was 05. And the car's been running here for probably a half an hour now. And the RPMs are a little high. So we're about 50 RPMs too high, but you can see how stable the RPM is now. Let's see, what's our mass airflow reading? Our mass airflow reading is 2 volts. So it's definitely, and you can see how it's going up and down. Let's see, can we put this on graph? Yeah, it's staying pretty steady. And our throttle position is slightly lower now, 0.45. I think it was at 0.6 earlier, or 5. So I think the monitors are probably set now. I can adjust the RPM later. See if we can get it more accurate, but it's a huge improvement. We're now, what, 12 or 1300 RPMs lower, if not more. Been idling beautifully. I took it for a drive, and I think the cat's bed. See right here at idle, you can see the rear oxygen sensor is just staying steady at like what, 0.4, maybe 0.73, 0.72 volts. But if I go back, actually wait, I guess I got to, can I even go back here? No, I'll have to go back to my recording. Let's go home. Data manager. View data. Let's go to my oxygen sensors. You'll see when I go back. This was cruising. The rear oxygen sensor is just cycling. And right here, I believe I went wide open throttle. And here I did it again. So both oxygen sensors can go rich, but the back one, I don't think it can handle the amount of gases going through it once you're at cruise versus idle. You can see the big difference, idle, cruising. So I'll take it for one more drive. I'll get a longer log because I just did this like a mile from the shop. But that's like a mile of data right there. That's how slow it updates. But I'll be back. Guys, I'm back in the Mazda. Took it for a ride today, and let me show you what I saw. See if we go back. There we go. Oops. Data manager. So with the oxygen sensor, here's where I started my trip. This is probably like 15 miles worth of data. And right here, I was doing like 35, and at 35, the rear oxygen sensor will show like the cat's good. It looks like normal operation. But then, I think like here, this was at like 55 miles an hour. Now I noticed and that's idle again. Yeah, this is all like 55 miles an hour, steady cruise. Now I noticed in the drive cycle procedures, they tell you to drive between like, I think it's 25 and 35 miles an hour for 13 minutes at a consistent speed. And I wonder if they do their catalyst monitor at a low speed versus a high speed. Because I wonder if it's not capable of functioning right at a high speed. But I did notice, I think all the monitors had set. Let's see. Let's go back in here. Or maybe it was just the cat that wasn't done. Let's see. Nope, I set them all. So between the mass airflow sensor being stuck at a certain voltage and the idle being set way too high, this car would not set any monitors, I think, besides the evap. There you go, guys. Confirm fix. I don't know too many people that work on these older cars. There we go.